Welcome to MX English Podcast. My name is Max, and today we're doing something really fun. You're going to hear a famous adventure story, but in a special way. We made it shorter and simpler so you can learn English while enjoying an exciting tale. The story is Treasure Island. It's about pirates, gold, and danger on the high seas. You'll hear it told slowly with easy words. After the story, I'll explain the most useful vocabulary. Then you can practice speaking by repeating the sentences. So sit back, relax, and get ready for Pirates and Treasure. Let's begin. There once was a boy called Jim Hawkins. He lived with his parents in a tiny inn near the ocean. The inn was called the Admiral Benbow. Every day was quiet and calm. Not many people visited. Nothing unusual ever happened. But then one afternoon, a strange man arrived, and Jim's life changed forever. This man was an old sailor. He looked dangerous. His face had a long scar across it. He spoke very little, but his eyes moved around the room like he was afraid of something. Each morning, he climbed the hill with a small telescope and stared at the sea for hours. He drank rum all day and sang loud pirate songs that frightened the other travelers. His name was Billy Bones. Billy gave Jim a silver coin every month. He asked Jim to do one thing: watch for a sailor with one leg. Jim agreed, but he didn't know why Billy was so scared. Something was wrong, but Jim couldn't understand what. Then one cold day, a blind man appeared at the door. His name was Pew. He walked with a stick, and his voice was cold and mean. He handed Billy a small black piece of paper. Billy's face went white. He shook with fear. Minutes later, Billy fell to the ground. His heart stopped. He was dead. Jim and his mother looked inside Billy's wooden chest. They wanted the money Billy owed them. Inside, they found old coins and maps. One map was very special. It showed an island, and on that island was hidden treasure. The treasure belonged to Captain Flint, the most famous pirate who ever lived. Jim showed the map to two men he trusted: Dr. Livesey, a smart doctor, and Squire Trelawney, a wealthy gentleman. The three decided to go and find the treasure together. The adventure had begun. Now, before we continue, let me say something. If you're serious about becoming fluent in English, you need to practice often. That's exactly what we do here at MX English Podcast. Every episode gives you real stories, clear explanations, and practice time. So hit that subscribe button and join us every week. All right, back to the story. Squire Trelawney bought a strong ship called the Hispaniola. He hired a captain named Captain Smollett. The captain was tough and serious, but everyone knew he was honest. Jim joined the crew as a cabin boy. He had never sailed before, and he felt very excited. One man on the ship was named Long John Silver. He worked as the cook. He had lost one leg, so he used a wooden stick to walk. But he moved fast and smiled a lot. Everyone liked him. He told funny stories and always seemed kind. A green parrot sat on his shoulder all day, saying the same thing over and over. "Pieces of 8, pieces of 8." But Jim soon learned the truth. One afternoon, Jim hid inside a large barrel on the deck. While he was there, he heard voices. It was Silver talking to other men. Jim listened carefully. What he heard made his blood run cold. Silver and half the crew were pirates. They had a secret plan. They would wait until the treasure was dug up. Then they would kill Captain Smollett and take everything. Jim stayed very still and quiet. Later, he told the captain and the others. Now everyone knew. The ship was full of enemies. They had to be ready. After many days at sea, the Hispaniola reached the island. It was covered in trees and rocks. Caves hid in the cliffs. It looked peaceful, but danger was everywhere. Some men went ashore immediately. Jim went too, but he walked away from the group into the forest. There he met a man who looked wild and dirty. His name was Ben Gunn. Ben had been a pirate once, but his friends left him alone on this island 3 years ago. He survived by eating fruit and hunting animals. Ben told Jim something incredible. He had already found Captain Flint's treasure. He moved it to a secret cave. Ben said he would help Jim, but only if they promised to take him back home when this was over. Meanwhile, the pirates took control of the ship. Long John Silver demanded the treasure map. But Captain Smollett and his loyal men escaped to an old fort on the island. From there, they prepared to fight. The battle started. Pirates attacked with guns and swords. They wanted the map, but the honest men fought hard and didn't give up. They protected the fort and kept the pirates away. Then Jim did something incredibly brave. He found a small boat hidden near the shore. He paddled quietly to the Hispaniola in the dark. He fought a pirate guarding the ship and won. He moved the ship far away so the pirates couldn't use it. Then he returned to the fort and told his friends what he had done. The fighting continued. Silver pretended to be friendly again. He said he wanted peace, but no one trusted him anymore. Finally, the pirates used the map and walked to the spot marked with an X. They dug into the ground with shovels. They dug deeper and deeper, but there was nothing there. The treasure was gone. Someone had tricked them. They didn't know Ben Gunn had taken the treasure years ago and hidden it safely in his cave. Some pirates ran into the jungle and disappeared. Others were too tired or hurt to keep fighting. In the end, the good men won. They were exhausted but alive. And now they knew where the real treasure was hidden. They went to Ben's cave. Inside was more gold, silver, and jewels than they ever imagined. There were coins from countries all over the world. It took many trips to carry it all back to the ship. They prepared to sail home. A few pirates stayed behind on the island. Some had died. Others had run away. Long John Silver was still with them. He had helped sometimes, but he had also lied many times. One night, while everyone slept, Silver vanished. He took one bag of gold and disappeared into the darkness. No one ever saw him again. The Hispaniola sailed back to England. Jim and his friends arrived home safely, and now they were very rich. But Jim had changed. He had seen greed, betrayal, and death. He had learned about courage, loyalty, and friendship. He was no longer a child. He had become a man. All right, that was Treasure Island. Now it's time to learn some really useful words from the story. I'm going to say each word, explain it in simple English, give you an example, and then we'll practice saying it together. Are you ready? Let's do this. By the sea. This means close to the ocean or near the coast. For example, my grandmother lives in a house by the sea. Now repeat, they walked by the sea. Good. Inn. An inn is a small, simple hotel, usually old and comfortable. Try this. We spent the night at an inn in the mountains. Repeat, the inn was very old. Excellent. Rough. When someone looks rough, they look tough, messy, or wild. Example, the man looked rough after sleeping outside. Repeat, he had a rough appearance. Nice work. Scar. A scar is a mark left on your skin after you get hurt. Like this, I have a scar on my arm from falling off my bike. Repeat, the scar was on his cheek. Great. Nervous. Nervous means worried or afraid something bad will happen. Example, she felt nervous before the interview. Repeat, I always feel nervous before exams. Good job. Watching for someone. This means looking carefully to see if someone is coming. Try this. He stood by the window, watching for the delivery truck. Repeat. She was watching for her daughter. Perfect. Keep an eye out. This means watch carefully or stay alert. Example, keep an eye out for my keys. I can't find them. Repeat. Keep an eye out for anything strange. Well done. Pale. If someone looks pale, their face looks very white, usually from fear or feeling sick. Like this. When he saw the spider, he went pale. Repeat. She turned pale with fear. Excellent. Collapse. To collapse means to suddenly fall down, usually from being tired, sick, or shocked. Example, after running for an hour, he collapsed. Repeat, the man collapsed on the street. Great. His heart simply gave out. This means someone's heart stopped, often from fear or shock. Repeat, he was so frightened his heart simply gave out. Good. Adventure. An adventure is an exciting experience or journey, sometimes with danger. Try this. Our trip to the jungle was a real adventure. Repeat. Life is full of adventures. Nice. Voyage. A voyage is a long journey by ship or boat. Example, they took a voyage across the Atlantic Ocean. Repeat, the voyage lasted 3 months. Perfect. Strict. Strict means someone follows rules carefully and expects others to do the same. Like this, my piano teacher is strict but kind. Repeat, he was a strict captain. Good work. Take over the ship. This means to take control of the ship, often by force. Example, the pirates tried to take over the ship. Repeat, they wanted to take over the ship. Excellent. Right away. Right away means immediately, with no delay. Try this. Please call me back right away. Repeat, do it right away. Great job. Walked off. To walk off means to leave, often without speaking or suddenly. Example, she got angry and walked off. Repeat, He walked off without saying goodbye. Perfect. And that's it. You just learned a classic story and practiced important English vocabulary. If you're ready to take your English to the next level, don't forget to subscribe to MX English Podcast. Every week, we bring you new lessons, stories, and practice sessions designed to help you speak with confidence. Join us and keep improving. This is Max from MX English Podcast. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.